So welcome to my Zoom meeting lesson. We're going to walk through these Earth system slides together. Let's see how this goes. All right, so the Earth systems. So how do the Earth's systems interact and affect each other? We're going to take this image and try VTSing it. So if you remember, a VTS has three main questions. The first question is, what's going on in this image? The second is, what do you see that makes you say that? And the third is, what more can you find? So I thought it would be fun if you were the teacher and you got maybe one of your parents or someone else in your family and let them be the student. So for example, you might say something like, what's going on in this image? And they might say, I see some green space, some large green spaces. And then you might say, well, what do you see that makes you say those are large green spaces? And then they might say, well, I believe that green space to be land with plants on it, because I know that plants are typically green because of the chlorophyll that they contain. And then you might say, what more can you find? So why don't you play with that and see what kind of ideas you can come up with. Go ahead and pause the slideshow to do that. Is planet Earth a system? Well, when you step outside, what do you observe around you? You might feel rocky ground or soil under your feet. You might see a snow-covered mountain. In our case, that's Mount Hood. Or you might hear a stream running close by, maybe the Washougal River, or maybe another tributary that's running into the Columbia. You might feel a breeze on your face. You might see clouds in the sky. You might see grass, trees, birds, or people. These things are all Earth's four main systems: land, water, air, and all the living things. I've attached a fun song called the Earth's Four Spheres song. It's honestly kind of obnoxious, but it has a lot of great points to it. So you can watch that sometime. The biosphere is all the living things on Earth, including plants and animals. The biosphere is part of each of the other three systems as well. Living things can be found in the waters of the hydrosphere, the soil of the geosphere, and the atmosphere above the ground. So we find living things in other spheres. Water is is why our Earth is called the water planet. That's hard to read, isn't it? It kind of gets hidden there. So Earth is sometimes called the water planet because the hydrosphere covers most of its surface. Most of this salty water is in the oceans and seas. Liquid fresh water is found in streams, rivers, lakes, and wetlands. Rain also seeps into the soil and collects under the ground. Water is even found in the air as water vapor. About 3/4 of the Earth's fresh water is stored as ice in polar ice caps, glaciers, and snow. So I'd like you to consider that most of the Earth's surface is covered by salt water, but we need fresh water to drink. What other ways is fresh water important to people? Maybe you can have a discussion on that. Why do we need fresh water? Maybe you came up with ideas like watering plants, like crops. I use water to clean, doing my laundry, washing dishes, washing my car, washing me. Is most of the fresh water in the hydrosphere available for use by plants and animals? Explain. And what are the two systems that make up Earth's surface? What do they represent? So when you think of the Earth's surface, what are the two systems that make that up? The landforms of the geosphere change over time. Some changes are fast, like a volcano erupting that blows the top off a mountain. Around here, that was Mount St. Helens. Some changes are slow, like a volcano building an island, like the Hawaiian Islands. Weathering and erosion slowly wear away rock over many years to change the shape of our land, like the Columbia River Gorge that was formed over thousands of years. Plants and animals on Earth need the gases in the atmosphere to live. Remember that plants use the carbon dioxide to make their food. Remember, water, light, and CO2 to photosynthesize. And animals breathe in oxygen that's released by the plants. The greenhouse effect. There's a lot going on in this image. Let me see if I can help explain. Some of the gases in the atmosphere help keep us warm. They hold Earth's heat near its surface, making life possible. Earth would be much colder without these gases. That is why they're called greenhouse gases. Like the glass walls of a greenhouse, they trap heat. The atmosphere also protects Earth's living things. Most living things need energy from the sun, yet the sun contains harmful radiation. The gases in the atmosphere shield Earth from most of this harmful radiation. So those gases help protect us. Earth is a sphere, or a solid round object, and the terms we use for each of its four main systems are made from the base word sphere. So we've got the geosphere, and we know that geo means like Earth's rocky surface. There's hydrosphere, and we know that hydro means water. For the Earth, that would be like the lakes, the rivers, the ocean. Atmosphere, which means air. So that would be the nitrogen, the oxygen, the carbon dioxide. And biosphere, we know that bio means living things. So that's all the plants and animals, anything that's alive on Earth. Earth's major systems include the atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and geosphere. All four major Earth systems interact by exchanging matter and energy. A change in one of the Earth's systems affects all of the Earth's systems. Gravity caused particles to come together to form our spherical Earth. Okay, so hopefully you maybe have got started on your Doodle Notes. So just to explain again, Doodle Notes are just a fun way of taking notes, of gathering your information. And rather than writing it out in sentences or paragraphs or outline form, Doodle Notes are doodling. They're short little ideas, they're pictures, they're arrows. Just make it fun, make it colorful. So you can log on to Google Classroom, and I have the assignment there, or you have some information here for you too. I'd like you to watch the 3 crash course videos, and those are fun because they're short. They're all just less than 4 minutes. You can watch those, you can pause them, you can take some notes, you can watch them over and over again. And I'd like you to read this little segment on the Earth systems, and then language arts teachers have put some reading for you on Earth systems too. So lots of places to gather resources. Take notes, doodle style, on each of the 4 Earth systems, and then make sure that you have checked off what I'm looking for, kind of what's required. And you'll see that in the science box at the bottom of your weekly schedule. And you'll also see it listed on the Google Classroom assignment. I've got a couple other videos just to help support your learning that you can watch if you have time. They're not required, it's just extra viewing for you. All right? Hey, thanks for hanging in there with me. If you need to watch this again to get more information, you absolutely can. All right? Have a great day.